Hi friends, welcome to my vlog. My name is Barbara Radevicius and I'm Bondi Crafter. In this episode we'll talk mainly about knitting and quilting. I am doing another project on English paper piecing. Well, I've got to finish it off actually. I've had it in the box, the project box, for 18 months, let's say. I do it on and off. It's black and white cats and dogs. But my knitting is what's on my mind at the moment. I've got 3 whips going. 3. I love them. One I've run out of wool completely and waiting for more to come. The other one, wool came and I'm finishing that off. So that's what we're in for today and probably the foreseeable future. Next week I won't make a podcast. I'm having a rest. So yeah, a lot of stuff has been going on here at Bondi Junction in New South Wales, Australia. Very disturbing things have happened. You've probably heard about it in the news. Yeah, this is just a big shock. The weather is lovely. We're in autumn and we're starting to think about things comfy and homey and stuff you do at home, you know, crafting. So knitting and quilting is perfect. I'll show you what I'm doing with my knitting. Now, I don't know how I made a mistake with this, but I did. This is a beautiful pattern. I love it immensely. I loved it when I saw it. It's by Teti and Luksak, and the pattern is called, I think it's called Pavuk. I'll put a picture of it in a moment when I've done it. But see how this happens in the middle. You're only supposed to have one. And I was looking at the graph this morning, and this is how far I've gone. Quite a fair way. But instead of doing intarsia, I thought I'd do the whole thing as stranded knitting. But what I didn't do was just account for the one main pattern in the middle at the front. So I'm going to keep going. I just can't bring myself to frog it back to somewhere. I'm just going to keep going, and I'm going to make an extension on one of them for the front. That's what I'm going to do. This is the one I ran out of wool with and waited for it to come, and the grey was a grey ball, matched perfectly, so I was really happy about that. And this is how much I've got left of these 2, but I do have more. So, and these are Serta. I love the texture of it. It's so soft and it sort of feels a bit sticky, and it comes up sticky when you knit it. So that is perfect for this type of work. But I'll get back to you on what happens with all of this. My second one, this is the one I've run completely out of wool, but it is beautiful and the fabric is coming up just lovely. So I've done the back. And I'm knitting 2 strands. It's bottom up. And I love it. It's just beautiful. So it's cardigan number 8, knitting pattern by Daisy and Peace. I think it was a free pattern. I'm not sure, but I think it was. It's not a 2020 pattern. I started on April 8, and both You know how I love cones and I love sweet pea, the colour. This is Holzgarten Super Soft Sweet Pea. And then I found an exact match. Exact. It's also Holzgarten. And it's called Luksak. And I'd never seen this Luksak before. And it's the alternative to mohair. And it's the perfect to mohair because I wear black on top and it doesn't shed. I just love it, and it feels so nice and soft, and the colour is beautiful. Matches sweet pea. It's called Melody. I'm knitting size 6. And why this is so beautiful is 42% baby alpaca, 35% mulberry silk, 13% fine merino, and 10% yak. It's got a lot of mixture of animal products in it, and it is beautiful. So I'm knitting these both together for a cardigan for winter, that cardigan. And I have to say, this fabric is just wonderful. I just can't believe how beautiful it is. Knit together, because the super soft is fine, what we would call 4-ply back in the day. Now it is called fingering, which is a dodgy name, but anyway, for me it is. And it has sort of other colours mixed in with it. And I'm thinking must be the super soft. But you can see little flecks of brown or orange in it. And it is lovely. And it's not too thick, even though it's knitted together. You can see 2 strands here. Even though it's knitted together, 2 strands, it's not too hot. And I live in a climate, Mediterranean climate, where it doesn't get really cold. So, perfect. That is my second work in project. Work in progress. I bought 2 of those cones. I just love them. And now I've found the Luksak, I'm going to buy more. I get it from Denmark. They're very fast, and the international postage is great. And then my last knitted project is I'm knitting my granddaughter Audrey, who's 7, a school jumper. Found a vintage pattern. This is the back. It's a beautiful blue, and I put a pattern in it. So it's just every 15 rows I did a garter. It is lovely and soft, and it's 100% acrylic because it'll have to go in the machine, and it's a school jumper. And I discovered it's not my colour. I love this royal blue colour. And I'm so glad that I actually made something out of it, because now I know I shouldn't buy a large quantity of it to make myself anything. And here it is. I got it from Spotlight up the street. It was like $2.50 a ball. I bought 4 balls. So that was $10 for 4 balls. And I still have a lot left of the 1 ball. So I did the whole back, and I've still got a lot left. So I'm going to have balls left. As 8-ply, 100% acrylic. And I'm knitting it with 4mm needles. 230 meters, and it's called Royal Blue. So that's a school jumper for Ords. And I love it a lot. 1 tick. Got my book. I know the pattern. There is a basic pattern that I'm following for Audis. Here it is. So I'm not doing that neckline on it. I'm doing a round neckline. This neckline. But I do like this, and it's a vintage pattern. It's one of my really old ones. It was 70 cents. I love Patons. Love Patons back then, love it now. A-ply Herdwick for the younger set. And it has lovely patterns in it too. Look at that. Just beautiful. And for little kids, you know. Look at the lovely vest. So I might make a few vests. I'll see how I go with that. And it's a nice jumper too. Yeah, that's my knitting. Fun knitting. I love knitting, but with my big project, I now have to rectify the mistake I made. And I'm nearly finished the colour work, so hopefully that'll happen soon. I think I'll get onto it straight away so I don't forget. And yeah, it's a vest, so it should be good. So that's my knitting. Now let's have a look at the English paper piecing project. This is my box for this project. I like to keep projects, my sewing projects, in a box about this size. This is the best size for anything up to a queen size quilt, I'd say. But yeah, just got it at local, I think it was the Reject Shop. It's one of those anyway, for about $10 Australian. And this is what I've got inside. Everything you need for this project. I like to use, I've got my different array of needles and pins. My sharp Matilda scissors that I use only for fabric. And then, yeah, I'll turn the camera over a bit so we can all have a look. So yeah, this is what's in here. This is a lovely box. I'll turn it around so you can see just how fabulous it is. I like sewing my pieces together with Gutermann's quilting thread. I use the quilting thread for sewing, for most of my English paper piecing, for piecing the pieces together. I've got two colours, white and black. That's all you need. And I buy them when they're on sale. And so these are all hexagons, and my black and white fabric that I wanted to use especially for this project. So I've been collecting black and white animals for a fair while, mainly cats. Some dogs crept in. And then triangles for the connectors. And I got this very beautiful hydrangea fabric, and I think it goes very well with the whole overall look of what I want to do. So what I've got in here are pieces made up already. A thread tack makes life easy for me anyway, and I don't mind doing it. It's a nice job to do when you're sitting down in the afternoon and after dinner, and yeah. So it's good to have components made up, ready to go. Papers that John's made for me. He just cuts them out. But I have got a Fiscus cutter to cut the hexagon, 1-inch hexagons with. So I have rows and rows in here. I'm just going to change it round so we can have a look. So here's the rows, how they're going to look. I connect the hexagons to the triangles and then make a row and sew the rows together, and it makes it really easy. You can see how I connect everything together. These ones aren't sewn together yet, they're just pinned, waiting for me. I think they're lovely. Got a whole box of them. I know, chuffed. And then I do have some plain ones, so I just cut the hexagons the size that I want them. I think these are 4.5 inch hexagons. And John enlarged the basic pattern up for me to a 4.5. I think it's 200% on the photocopier at Officeworks. And the fabrics are just so beautiful. I just love them. Very much. Is that beautiful? I do love spots too. You will see a fair few spots. And this is how I whip stitch them together. You can see that they're very small whip stitch. So yeah, this is what I'm going to do next. So I'm going to connect all these strips together, and I've labelled them because I laid it out in the bed on how I sort of want it to go. You know, you need a plan. And this is what I've got. I just think this is and it takes a while, you know, it's not a quick project. It's one that takes time, collecting, everything that I like doing. Then here is a row with, it's all the same hexagon pattern, just different fabrics. This is a plain one also. I have 7 rows already done, and you can see there's an up and down to it all. More components made. It's great. So yeah, this box is just waiting for me. So this is my next fun thing to do. So probably in the next episode, we will start connecting all the rows. I want to finish my jumpers first, and then we'll push on with this. Is anyone else interested in hexagons, hexagon quilts? Have you made them? Have you used this pattern? This pattern is Merrick's 52 blocks. I think it was printed in about 2016. You can still buy it. Get it on Amazon. You can get it from a shop. She has a Facebook page, Merrick. Beautiful. And yeah, just love it. She has different projects going at the time. But I think my cats just are the bee's knees. So that's it for me for this week. Thank you for joining me. Thank you to my new subscribers, my crafting friends, my my revisiting friends. I hope you like these projects, and please leave a comment on what you're making, what you think about what I'm making. It's just so fun to do. And if there's anything you'd like me to show you, or you would like to join along with me, that would be great. I can give you instructions on how to do it. But I'm not a professional teacher. But I do love crafting, and yeah, starting to feel a bit better. I had a bad dose of diverticulitis this time, and it sort of lays me out for a week or so, then I get better. So yeah, starting to feel better, getting the colour back, starting to see colour again in my world. And yeah, hopefully everything will go smoothly now. I love autumn. I love spring. My favourite times of the year. And yeah, so yeah, Thanks, friends, for joining me. Bye.